momentum as well. Like, listen, we brought on Party. You barely created a chance in the second half, but we didn't score. We didn't score a goal. Yeah, and there's going to be a lot of games next season where we're going to be very frustrated as Arsenal fans, sitting there going, do you know what? We've not played great. We're 1-0 down. Yeah, like second half, we've come out with a new team, and then we're just like I said, Eddie's chance, missing a sitter, and that is the difference. You can't. If you get a chance, and we've seen Eddie do it against Newcastle in a 0-0 at home last season, he had one chance at the end. If that's a top striker, that's a goal, and we win that game, get an extra 2 points. Yeah, we've seen, obviously, he's done it against Man United. He scored the winner in stoppage time or near the end, but he's not clinical enough. And when you're at that end of the table and you're trying to win it, you have to have a clinical striker. I know Man City have won the league without a striker 2 years before Haaland turned up. Yeah, but now he is literally going to bag another 30. I wouldn't be surprised if he scores more goals this season. And you've got to keep up with that. We're trying to keep up with that. So you've got to go and get a 20, 30 goal a season striker. The only one that's available, well, he is available, is Harry Kane. I'm shocked we ain't put 100 million on the table and said, right, reject that then. Yeah, reject that. Yeah, dangle 100 million in their face. He's got a decision to make. Yeah, we should be all over it.
Do you think Harry Kane would sign for Arsenal?
I think he would. Listen, people think I'm deluded. I don't care. If you offer 100 million quid, he comes in, he's going to be the main guy all season. You can still get Gabriel Martinelli in the team. You can still get Jesus floating around. You can still get Saka, who's irreplaceable. Like, he never drops him, which I think is going to come back to haunt him potentially this season with maybe an injury. He's very rarely injured, Saka, but he's played a hell of a lot of games in 3 years. And I do think that when you've got Jesus, Trossard, Martinelli, get rid of Eddie, get rid of Balogun. If you want to get rid of him, I'd keep him over Eddie. But Jesus can play up front. Trossard can play up front. Martinelli can play up front. Now you drop Harry Kane as the main boy. Instantly, when we're going out against teams, they're thinking, boy, he can score a header 20 yards out. He's literally lethal. Left foot, right foot, side netting every time. Penalties is pretty relentless unless it's England, France, right? or Spurs, Forest, right? But all of a sudden, now you have an edge in the big games as well. Yeah, whereas the defenders really get scared of Eddie Nketiah coming off the bench. He'll run around a lot. He's a pest. But they know that he needs 3 chances to score, whereas Kane, out of nothing, he'll score you a goal. And I think that's what we need. Yeah. And I think he would come to us. They need to get rid of him, mate, because otherwise, if he don't sign a contract, they're fucked. Yeah. Wave 100 million at him, give him 300 grand a week. Or not even that. You're going to go in the title charge if you've got Harry Kane. So sell the title charge. You're going to break the record at Arsenal. You started at Arsenal.
Bro,
you've come back all these years later. You could win a trophy with us, Champions League football, all of that. I think he would sign. And I think Tottenham, as much as they would hate to sell him to us, if we put 100 million quid on the table, mate, they ain't really got a choice, have they? Unless he decides personally to continue being a loser.
Do you know what, mate? I've been saying this for about 2 weeks now. The reason I think they should, Bayern Munich would be their best option, gets them out of England. But whether it's Man United or Bayern Munich, Arsenal have got the Spurs have got to do it, because let's just say you can't get the deal done this year. Let's just say out of spite and hatred for Arsenal, they reject 110, 120 million from you. I don't care what he says publicly, Harry Kane, because publicly he is going to say no to this.
Yeah.
Every single Spurs journalist will say no chance. In my personal opinion, he would sign for Arsenal. In my personal opinion, he'd sign for Chelsea. He'd definitely sign for Man United. I think Harry Kane, I don't think he is unambitious. I think Harry Kane has just been too loyal to Tottenham and believed in their hype a little bit too much. I think he's at a point now where he wants to go and win trophies. And some people will go, well, Arsenal not winning anything. You put Harry Kane in that Arsenal team last season, you'd have won the Premier League. You would have won the league. There's no doubt about it.
Even with Saliba getting injured.
Yeah, no, you would have done. Just
we beat Newcastle, we beat Everton. Yeah, we don't lose to draw to Southampton. We don't draw to West Ham. Cool, maybe we might have lost the games against City.
He would. He joined you.
We would have gotten enough points in them 100%.
And he'll play for Arsenal. And that's again, that's one of the reasons why
man. Like you don't necessarily have to play him as the low up front on his own, because you know he drops back. Yeah, but if I'm Arteta and I'm Edu, I'm sitting down with the Cronkies and I'm going, listen, break the bank for him. Yeah, because he's got he's 30 years old. He's got maybe 3-4 years left. He's never relied on pace. But his footballing IQ is a joke, mate. His vision, his passing, the weight of pass, all types of goals. And in games where you're 1-1 in a big game with 5 minutes to go, all you've got to do is just cross the ball into him and he's going to win a header. Yeah, or it drops on the edge of the box. He's so clinical. It is unbelievable. He's an unbelievable footballer. Get it done. Get it done. If anyone's watching this, get your checkbooks out, people. Yeah, sign Harry Kane.
This is the thing, right? One of the reasons I want him at Man United, even him dropping deep, knocking those balls into Rashford running in from the channels. From your point of view, Saka and Martinelli on the channels. It's just ridiculous. The guy can scores goals like Haaland and passes like KDB. He's two of them in one. It's just he is so good. And look, it's very unlikely that Arsenal do it and get it done, and we understand that. But you should be going for him.
Get Soul on the phone to him.
Fans have got to start demanding stuff, right? Because I've literally seen Arsenal fans this last week say they wouldn't swap Martinelli for Mbappe. I don't understand it. It doesn't make it. I get protecting your player and being nice, but it's a hypothetical because you're not going to get Mbappe. But the fact is, if I turn to an Arsenal fan, would you do the swap? Anyone who says no ain't serious for me. You're not serious. You're not serious because there isn't an inside forward in the world as good as Mbappe. I would give Rashford away tomorrow. It's the only way to get Mbappe. So Vinicius Junior is probably the only one. But in terms of output, I think Mbappe is better than him. I think he'll score more goals. I think he's faster. And I just feel like I see people say stuff like this, and it's I know they love Martinelli. I know that some of them love Eddie and Kettler.
I love Martinelli. I'd swap him in a heartbeat.
You got to. If there's a chance,
Martinelli's a sick footballer, yeah. But imagine now, yeah. And again, I know it's a stupid amount of money. I think we can afford the fee, by the way. Yeah, people make out we're skim. We ain't skim. We could drop 200 M's on the table for him. We're going to get rid of Balogun or Eddie. Well, most likely Balogun. We're going to get rid of some other players potentially as well. I think we have the money to pay for the fee. It's whether you can pay the wages. But you sell him the dream. Mate, there's a statue outside. Well, he's there. Number 14, we'll take it off Eddie. Yeah. You can play up front, which is where he apparently wants to play. You don't like playing on the wing. And now you're competing against Haaland in the most competitive league, the best league, the most watched, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, wouldn't you want to try that? Yeah, and worst ways, he's only 24. So you put him on a 4-year contract. In 2 years' time, if he wants to go to Madrid, he can still go to Madrid and you get your money back. Plus, not only that, think literally every single company out there wants Mbappe endorsing it, and they want to have him everywhere. You'd make a fortune. And I said this to my friend, right? If PSG, I know they've accepted that fee for him, and I don't know whether he's going to. I don't personally think he should go, and I don't think he will go.
I don't think he will go Saudi. No,
I don't think he will. Right, but PSG have probably, if they get around the same fee they spent on him, which was about 170, 180 when they signed him from Monaco, if they get about that back, they've probably broken even with the amount of money that's come into that club with Mbappe, even with the wages they've paid, the amount of sponsorships that have come in, they've probably broken even if they get about the same sort of fee back. We could say the same thing. No, come and play for Arsenal. You're up against Haaland for a couple of years. If you want to go after 2 years, we'll say to Madrid, mate, we'll put the clause in the contract, and Madrid clause, whatever you want to do, but we ain't going to pay you 800 grand a week. Yeah, you can have 500 or 400 or whatever we can stretch to. And listen, we ain't skint, Terry. I don't care what anyone tells us here. Right? No, we are not skint. Imagine now we go out, yeah, instead of Martinelli, and I love Martinelli. I think he's a sick footballer. But now it's Mbappe. It's Mbappe. It's different, isn't it?
Mate, the thing is as well, there's ways of doing it, right? The Kroenke's family own Walmart, right?
Well, his wife is the heir, but they own everything, like so many other franchises.
The point
they can sponsor the training grounds.
Yeah, but we're using Walmart as an example here.
I'm listening. Because
I don't think this is against the rules. You turn around and go, right, Arsenal Football Club will pay you 300 grand a week in salary. But what we're also going to do is give you this endorsement. I'm using Walmart as an example because everybody's heard of them, where it's nothing to do with Arsenal, but we're like, we're kind of brokering the deal for you, where he becomes a face of Walmart in America and they pay him 500 grand a week. That way it doesn't come back at the club's finances and it's paid for elsewhere. Obviously, you've got to make sure that you're not breaking any rules within that. But I don't actually think the players get paid all the salaries and monies we're being told directly by the football clubs. And why I say that is because I've read what certain players get paid when I used to work in certain department of the bank.
Look at Mancini.
And we, some of it's paid in different ways. And I think there's ways of doing this where you're not like the club isn't paying 800 grand a week for a player. But for me, I don't think you'll get it done because I just don't think Mbappe would say yes.
But if we were serious, really serious, then we should be whacking money on the table for him, or at least bidding for him and for Kane.
I do get it. But for me, I very much look at it along the lines of any fan that's like, no, I wouldn't do the swap. I think you're capping. Someone here, the sponsors can pay wages. So again, you got to. So let me just give you an example. This is not against the rules, as far as I'm aware. PSG never bought Neymar. Neymar became an ambassador for Qatar in their tourist trade and was paid, and was paid £200 million in a private contract with Qatar. What he then did with that money is bought his own Barcelona contract out. Yep. And then essentially signed for PSG in a free. Now, I'm breaking down to layman terms, but that's not against the rules. There's no rule against that. So again, Stan Kroenke introduces him to people at Walmart and they say, we're going to pay you £500,000 a week to be the face of Walmart. And then Arsenal were offering him $250 a week in salary. Collectively, for joining Arsenal, he's going to get the money he wants, but it isn't all going to come from one place. And then again, they don't just have all this money coming to them as a personal, like as PAYE. So much of the money they earn through their image rights gets paid in via businesses. Some of it is onshore, offshore. It's all broken down into multiple accounts and entities that get paid. So it isn't as basic as just the club pays £500,000 a week to somebody and it goes into their bank account and they get taxed on it. It's far more complicated than that in reality.
It's never going to happen that we're going to get him. I think
no. I hear you on that.
I think he's going. But do you know what? The one I would not be shocked one bit if he ends up at Man City.